I'm the little baby, or the latest baby, or the latest addition in Kenya Airways Ghana team. I came in August last year, and it's been amazing settling in this nice weather in Ghana. Good food, good pepe, very hot. Okay, before we start, I would like to call upon my team and any Kenya Airways personnel around for some introduction. Please come over. Outfit in Ghana. I will not say who they are. I think they will say their names and anything else they want to add to their introduction. Mama, you come and stand here. You start. Yeah. So I know most of you sent your emails to Reservations Ghana. Then you see responses coming through. Probably you've not met the people. Today is your day to put a face to a name that you've seen. It's just that the time has been quite short and squeezed, and starting the new year, then again we go into planning and all. And this is one of the reasons why I decided to invite our top 40 agents in the market. And if you're seated here, please feel proud, because we value your business and you're supporting us, and we want to get close to you. I know as some of you came in, you said that, we've not had an agency event for a long time. So we're going to have many more of this, because sessions like this is the time you get to learn your product. You get to learn more of our product, not just the entries that you keep entering in the system. You get to ask us questions that are pertinent and that you've not had time to ask us. So please feel free. It's an open session. We'll go through some presentation quickly about our product. And if there are any questions by the end of it, please note them down, ask, and we'll be able to answer. Okay? So let's be collaborative. Let's engage in terms of, listening. I'm asking for, they normally used to say, lend me your ears. I'm not asking for the ears, but I know you'll be attentive to listen to our presentation. Okay, so let's go. So our home as Kenya Airways, when the aircrafts take off, they land somewhere and they park. That's their home. So our home is Jomo Kenyatta International Airport in Nairobi. And about JKIA, in JKIA we only have one runway, which is about 4.1 kilometers. So big aircrafts can be able to land. Okay, and then we have 12 taxiways. It's just for information purposes. It might not be the main thing, but it's good to understand our home, okay? Because when we tell you there's an aircraft disabled on ground, you'll ask, but they don't have another runway? No, we don't have at the moment, but yes, we have one runway. So we have 12 taxiways. We have 3 aprons. That's where the aircrafts park. In terms of passenger terminal, we have 5 passenger terminals, which is Terminal 1A, 1B, 1C. Those are international terminals. And then we have a domestic terminal, which is which hosts KQ, Jumbojet, and other low-cost carriers. And then we have Terminal 2, which is a bit off the main terminal. It does both international and domestic. That is the one that was put up quickly when we had the fire at JKI, if you remember. Okay? Then freight cargo. Kenya is a very big hub for cargo, and we have 1.3 million tons per annum capacity. All right? Fire stations too, good for safety knowledge. Lounges, we have 13, but Kenya Airways has 3. 13, this is other airlines, government lounges, other alliances like Star Alliance lounges. So there are 13 lounges at JKIA. Kenya Airways has 3, which is the Simple Lounge, which is SkyTeam Lounge, and then we have the Pride Lounge upstairs, and then we have the domestic lounge, which is the Musafiri Lounge. Car parks. If you remember when we had the fire, we were operating from a car park. So that car park capacity is 2,299 slots. And as of last year, the airlines operating into Kenya were 36. This year, we have new entrants into Kenya in the next half. Next, our fleet. Kenya Airways owns or has a fleet of 33. We got a freighter that has not been updated. So we have 32 aircrafts, 9 Boeing 787 that operate mainly on the beyond routes, which are, we call them the star flights, which international, that is London, CDG, of course because of the range, New York, Guangzhou, Bangkok, Amsterdam. In Middle East, it goes to Dubai, and then in Africa, it goes to Lagos and Johannesburg at the moment. Okay?
We are not just collecting or just enrolling customers. We have a team that is really invested in trying to understand what is our customers, what do they like, what are their frustrations, the whole ecosystem, even when they're at home, what do they like to buy, what do they like to do, so that we can ensure that we are bringing value. Next slide. So, as I've said, we are interested in personalizing and tailoring our rewards to our customers. Because when we do that, we know that our customers will remain sticky to us, we will retain them, and just go to the next slide. And what that translates to as an airline benefit is that we remain competitive in this landscape. It's a very competitive area when you come to airline aviation business, if I would say so, because the ticket margins are very small. So you need something over and above to keep your customers locked. And of course, with your help, we will obviously continue to invest as an airline where it really matters. Meaning, if I know these are my frequent flyer customers, I can put resources, whether it is personnel, whether it is money, in ensuring that these customers are well served. Yeah? So those are some of the reasons that we decided to start this loyalty program. And these are some of the things that now we are starting to reap from this process. Okay. So let's now delve into the program itself. So our program is a 4-tier program. Lowest is Ruby, which is our entry tier, with our highest being our Platinum, which is our 3rd tier. As you accumulate your miles, as you fly more and more with us, then you grow up, yeah? And I'll show you how that happens. So how does a Sante look like? What are the qualifications and benefits? So as soon as you enroll, your customers will already be able to earn 10%, to get 10% off their first bag, and also a discounted rate when they come to the lounge. And after their first flight, we are able to give them 1,000 bonus points. As they accumulate miles and as they fly, when they reach 20,000 points, or they do 15 sectors, then they become silver. To get to gold, you need to do 40,000, which also, you can also do 30 sectors, and platinum, you need 65,000 points, or you need to do 60 sectors of flight. So as you grow up, or move up the tiers, that's the correct word, you get to get benefits which are also mapped to SkyTeam. We are a member of SkyTeam, as you know. We are the only African airline that is a member of SkyTeam. So all these benefits our customers get. So whether you're flying Delta, whether you're with China Eastern, Korean, Air France, KLM, our customers get a free bag if you're a silver member. You get also bonus points, which is us who we give you in terms of our own uniqueness. So you'll get 50%. Gold customers will get 75%, and our platinums get 100%. If you're a platinum and a gold member, you get an extra bag. Also, silver gets an extra bag. And at the same time, you have free access to lounges across the 21 SkyTeam airline, plus one guest. Yes. Now, our program, the qualifications and benefits, what we have done is we have done a hybrid system. So normally, most people would probably do a TPM, which is they look at the distance that you've traveled, or they look at just the revenue. But we want to be very fair and very just and make it very, comfortable and fair for our customers. So our program, we look at three things: the distance that you've traveled. We also look at the class that you have bought, which is basically revenues. And at the same time, we also reward you based on your tier level. So this is a very good example of a customer who has just flown with us the other day. And let's call him Mr. XYZ. That's our accrual table. The customer is doing 4 sectors: Dubai, Lagos, via Nairobi. You can see he's just enrolled, so this is not a silver, or it's just an enrollment. So this customer did Dubai, Nairobi, bought an N class. From our accrual table, you can see N class, the region, is to get 2250 points. Nairobi, Lagos, still bought N class, 1675. Lagos, Nairobi, 2500. Nairobi, Dubai, 3000. So in total, just one trip, the customer has gotten 9,425 points as a Ruby. Now, for this customer to become silver, they'll have to just do 2 flights. To become gold, they'll have to do 4 flights, and platinum, they'll have to do. And you'll realize a lot of traders are already even at platinum or gold level because of this. So it's very simple, and let us pause for a moment, and I remind you that we are a member of SkyTeam. So this is the easiest route, if you ask me, for your customers to become platinum, because they'll still be recognized, right? So take advantage of this launch and do a lot of switches so that your customers can grow up or move up the tiers very fast. True? Absolutely. And this information is actually also on our website. If you go to Asante Rewards, you'll find it. And this is also a pain point we had with Flying Blue. A lot of customers were saying, we don't understand how we are earning, what is this XP point? So we are very honest and very open for you to see and to advise your customers on, how to best get here. So the call to action here is switch as many customers as you can to Asante Rewards. Yes. So other perks that we have in this program, we are African, and we know we come with big families. So we have a family account that has 8 family members. This helps you to reach rewards faster. So what we say is we want a maximum of 4 adults. It can be 1, 2, 3, or 4, but maximum is 4, and then the rest will be children, aged between 2 to 12. So I encourage you to go to the website and just have a look at this. You will see all the rules, terms, and conditions about this, so you can be able to advise our customers when they come.
Certainly a neighbor to the left, one man whose name everybody aspires, Jos Banku, is the president, and I'm sure as a result of that very good combination, it earned him some Asante miles to get to the seat, and well done, my brother. Regina Njuguna, who has been excited and flown off her feet to the extent, I want to tell her that she hasn't seen anything yet. So there's so much more elegance, but I mean when you look across the breadth of this room, there's so much, and I enjoy really the elegance of the people of this beautiful land. And never mind, and I know one of them will be asking, are the citizens, are the children of this land? They are indeed, because we are very cosmopolitan, we are very mixed, and we accommodate, we are one people. So I want to recognize, of course, the Kenya Airways team that works so tirelessly day and night to ensure that we reach into our destination. Having said that, however, I want to go back to the VVIPs. Anyone else that is not in that list, you're on your first class. And therefore, these are the people that made us to be here tonight. Please give yourself a lot of applause, because you are the most important team that has brought us here tonight. Without yourselves, I want to make an admission that we wouldn't be here, and I don't think the pride of Africa would be what it is in this market. And therefore, I want to plead with you. In fact, listening around here, I beg you, don't drop the ball. Add more fuel, press the gas until we get to the destination that these wonderful ladies have spoken to tonight. Permit me to once again revisit the diversity that I see in this room. That is what society and human beings are meant to be. Is one area and one single reminder that we are one people from whatever extraction we are from, because it is important that we work together and each one of us matter irrespective of our shade of color, if that be the case. And that should never count in any manner or form, because we are human beings, and human beings are one, here on earth or in their other journey. So thank you very much. I'll say, really, I've been asked to say a few words, and I think I have said much more than I should have said. Those are enough words. But let me say that my coming here was also actually to learn, because I have learned tremendous. And I was telling myself, when I grow up, I actually want to become a travel agent. And therefore, I will be joining you in the course of time. And because when I look at this, it tells me there are dollars flowing. You can see the smiles across the boat. There are certainly dollars. It will not happen unless, and I was very attentive, when nice things were said, everybody was like, is that the place to be? Tell us a little more about it. Please take note of the slides, because clearly dollars are flowing. And keep that. It's a very, very important sector, industry. And on a very serious note, I think it is one that we're speaking to, and I'll be coming to it even within the continental context and global context. It is not just dealing with goods, but also this is one of the best and the biggest enterprise that you can talk about of selling and dealing with services. I was trying to look at the numbers before we were shut down. I wanted to do a bit of homework to understand what KQ is. And looking at it, I have seen in the last 1 year, the VVIP that I spoke to have been able to push some serious business into what KQ is doing. And when I looked at the numbers, I was incredibly impressed, because it means that you trust the brand and you trust the people that you work with and you trust the airline. And that is really my message, that continue with the same. KQ will not let you down. Don't let them down. It's about partnership. You hold my back, I hold yours, and we work together. Because if you walk alone, you can only go that far. But we work together, we can walk very, very, very far. So please keep on that relationship. It's important. The why KQ, haven't heard, because when I looked at the team that spoke, I think they are what generation? They weren't there when KQ began. Prior to, we had what we were calling the East African Airline. I was then an employee, and it collapsed in 1977. I lost my job. That was my second job, 1977. And obviously, after it collapsed, usually then the question was, what happens? And therefore, Kenya Airways was born in 1977 or in 1978 to take over from that episode. And 1977 to present time, it tells you, is an airline that has resilience, an airline that history, an airline that is a brand. And therefore, when you find that wing, fly out there, and when you walk into the lounge or into the cabin and you hear that this is a pride of Africa, it is indeed a pride of Africa, because it has demonstrated beyond any doubt that it is an airline that is in for a long haul. So as you sail, please sail with your neck high and walk tall, confident that you are sailing for a good airline. Obviously, very long experience in many forms, in terms of training, in terms of safety, in terms of cleanliness, in terms of something I like most, food. Now I'm hoping that you're adding the ratio. I like a little more. So when next, if I ever travel, please give me a little bit of that, because food is my focus. Why are you laughing? This is not a laughing matter. This is serious business, because that is what KQ is all about. It's serious business all round, and I'm sure you'll join me on that journey. Yeah? A dependable airline, a dependable hub, good people, good experience. And when we talk about customer experience, and actually when you look at a number of airlines that are of global level, that are considered at the higher tier, you find that they have tapped into the experience in terms of human capital from KQ. Name one that does not have a huge, actually, if you think about it, percentage of a team that has been given birth to, trained, and brought up to that level by the Kenya Airways. We are not absolutely worried about that, because that is what we do and that is what we are good at. So if you are looking for more, we are able to develop, build, and generate and give you more of those, because KQ is quality, is brand, is that trajectory, and we are happy to help if that becomes the help. Or if you want to grab, we will still permit you to do exactly that, and we'll grow more, because we are not short of manpower whatsoever. You look at the cabin, and all the way is actually what you call either Kenyan or an African experience. And because it's a renaissance of the continent, which we are drumming, and I have heard someone say, bring the world to Africa, or take the Africa to the world, whichever way it works. My take, bring the world to Africa, because this is where we need to keep the jobs, this is where we need to build wealth, and we need to keep this wealth here for our people. And when we travel our airline, and I'll be speaking a little bit about the African airline, because we are here. Kwame Nkrumah said, I'm not an African. I am an African because Africa was born in me. I want to believe that all of us bear the same testimony and have the same commitment, because we must build this continent with the highest degree of resilience, with highest degree of commitment, because no one else, and we cannot continue living in a world and in a continent that is so endowed with so much, but yet we have accepted the label of being poor. We are not. If there is poverty in Africa, the poverty is in us. It is not Africa that is poor. And the people to transform that to the next level is no one else. It is those of us that are in this room and everywhere else. And therefore we have a task and a responsibility of mother continent Africa that is so gracious to us in terms of weather, in terms of natural resources, and everything else. The problem is how we deal with that. And I want to invite you on that journey, that we commit to grow anything that is African. For that to happen, it will call, and I will speak to about teamwork. None of us will do it alone. I think we need to develop institutions that support teamwork, both as corporate, both as individuals, in whichever space you sit in. And the other day we were taken through a classroom, and what we more or less were in agreement was perhaps one of the challenges that we all confront in the continent is institutions. You know, we have either weaker institutions, and weaker institutions is just not at the executive government level. It cuts across all sectors, including at the private sector space. So if we can be able, and I'm happy that we have an institution that we're calling, is it GATA? What is it? Yes, that word. For us to be able to strengthen and perhaps, and maybe this is a vision, it's something that has just jumped into my mind. Perhaps we might even want to claim a share of Kenya Airways. Alone you will not be able to get there. Get a team of all these dollar-oiled, beautiful ladies and handsome men to put together huge resources, and you'll be able to have a piece of the pie of KQ through accountable institutions. And therefore I want to commend you to build institutions that will serve you today and serve the generation tomorrow. If we do that and begin strengthening institutions, perhaps we shall come to benchmark with ourselves, and once we see the result, we will be able to say, look here, this is where the problem has been, and it is important. I'm saying this, and I'll repeat when I'm given the platform another day, not tonight. It's a tough time, we all know that, not just for the airlines, and especially airlines that are of these continents. I know the environment you are operating, either in terms of fluctuation of currency, in terms of fluctuation of oil prices, in terms of other areas that I don't want to talk about, including attrition of human capital and so on and so forth. What shall we do? We run away? Absolutely not. I want to encourage you to remain resilient. Today there is a good day, tomorrow it may not as it was yesterday, but that is not to say the next day it will be bad. The next day it will be better, because the continent is on a growth trajectory. I'm saying this because as a continent we have agreed to move together. Usually I refer, but since I'm not an employee of the African Continental Free Trade Area, ACFTA, it has its personnel employees. It nonetheless has a very strong interface with the business that we are in here. How do we do business across the continent under the framework of the ACFTA? And that's why I spoke about trade in goods and trade in services. The biggest sector that we have is trade in services. How, therefore, are you able to trade outside of Ghana? The way and the direction that we are promoting is what we call partnership. Either you look for JV and what we are calling the regional or continental value chain. So I will encourage you to reach out, look at those that are in the sector that are selling KQ and others, and be able to work with them so that you have a wider reach without necessarily having to locate outside of your environment. And thanks to the technology, we are there, you can operate way and up, but I want to grow and compete, because we want an African citizen that is globally competitive. You will not compete at your own corner alone. You need linkages and partnership and relationship to the level that I spoke to, so that we move to the next level. Importantly, and I think this has been spoken to or not, is how therefore do we make the product better? To my mind, is the feedback system. And I think is an area in other spaces we speak about monitoring and evaluation. In our space tonight, I will say what is a feedback mechanism. So let's keep those lines active and be able to be candid, honest, and call a spade a spade. Don't call it a small spoon. If it's a spade, it's a spade. Call it, because we need to be challenged. If we sit in these spaces, we earn a salary. It's not for free. And therefore, we must account for every cent. And if there's no value for money, then I think we must be asked to exit. I'm not talking about these ones. I'm talking about the others, not these ones that are here tonight. But it is a reality that when you don't deliver, then obviously you need to exit. I will talk about something that I know no one will ask me that question about. There's something that we're calling the ETA. Is that something good to talk about? Absolutely not. And don't clap. I'm not asking for, is an ETA is something that is being worked out. What I've said before, and I will repeat the same, is we had an executive decision that came a little bit ahead of us bureaucrats. and therefore we were not able. The executive directive to commence on 1st of January is all the frameworks are in place, and therefore in terms of partitioning, project is huge procurement, is a huge infrastructure. To put it together, there has been some delay, but I want to assure you from Accra. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
There's a clap of pronunciation. Cinderella. A clap of rain for Cinderella. We look forward to more business. Unicorn travel. Unicorn travel. Unicorn is success. A clap of rain for commercial travel. We've been supportive for a long time. Thank you very much. Your support. Haven Crystals. Haven Crystals. A clap of rain for just now. Thank you very much. Wakanao.com. 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 A clap of rain for Wakanao.com. Thank you very much. Take a smile, take a smile. Travel Matters Limited. Travel Matters Limited. Oh, I can't hear the clapping. Thank you. The Melcom Travel and Tour. A clap offering for Yusuf. The next one, I want to humbly ask Ambassador to do us the honors. Thank you very much. So, can we do us the honors? Travel and Tour. So a clap of rain for the man. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. Thanks. say asante for all the support you've been giving us. We are very grateful. At this point, I would like to invite the President of Qatar to come and give us a word.
Thank KQ, His Excellency, Ambassador Baring, Country Manager Ruth, the KQ team. We at Qatar and our trade partners all over here. I heard you mention 40 who are here present. We are all grateful for this token you have showed to us to show that you appreciate our contribution to the industry and the support we are also offering. Together, we can do more. We hope that this is just in passing. You take away our ADMs, this channel. It's really killing us. 10, 20, 30, 40. It's a lot. It's a lot. I heard Ambassador say that we have done so well last year, done so much for KQ. So we also hope that you waive that off. You get more support. Yes. So this year, I'll be watching, carefully watching. And I hope we discussed a lot. I've seen that you've started implementing a lot of things. The DMCs were in town. We hope that that will boost tourism between the two countries. You know, Ghana has a political history. Kwame Nkrumah, President Kenyatta, we have a rich history. There's a great trade partnership between Ghana and Kenya. And we hope that through our support, we can increase trade between us. So this evening, I'll just summarize my speech. We are happy to be here. We hope that another time we meet here again, we will be celebrating more success. At this time, we are hungry. We are very hungry. So let's have fun. Thank you.
And the ADMs and the churning, let's stay within policy. Nothing will happen to anybody. Thank you very much. As much as possible, like you were saying, everybody's hungry. The prayer that started, I believe, was over the whole program. So it covers the food. So at this juncture, I think by the time we finish eating, nobody will be ready to listen to vote of thanks. So I would like to have the vote of thanks done. Then when we go out to eat, then it will be done.
And I'd like to thank His Excellency for joining us today to give us more insight about Kenya. I'd also like to thank my sweet country manager, Ruth, for making this program a success. I thank my team, my colleagues, and also thank our valuable travel agents. Without you, we are not there. We really appreciate your coming and hope to do more business. God bless you. Enjoy the program and enjoy your food. Thank you very much.